Lost in the city lights, chasing dreams in the night. Voices try to bring me down, but I won't fade, I stand my ground. Stand up! Pressure's heavy on my chest, got a fire, won't let it rest. Society can take a back seat, this rebel heart will never beat. A rebel heart, a fighter soul. I won't be bought, I won't be sold. Stand tall and strong in my way. This rebel heart is here to stay. Yeah. Fighting shadows, battling fears, drowning out a million jeers. In the mirror I find my guide, in my own truth I reside. Yeah. Fighting shadows, battling fears, drowning in the mirror I find my guide, in my own truth I reside. Yeah, rebel heart, a fighter soul. I won't be bought, I won't be sold. Stand tall and strong in my way. This rebel heart is here to stay. Chain, feel the rush, break the pain. Courage strong, man the night. Rebel heart in distant light.
Picture this. While the Biden-Harris regime allegedly plans to forgive a staggering $4.7 billion in loans to Ukraine, Kamala Harris is off to Hawaii, seemingly escaping the fallout of her recent political defeats. Meanwhile, the world watches as Vladimir Putin expresses readiness to discuss peace with Donald Trump, hinting at a possible shift in global dynamics. This, friends, is the state of our constitutional republic, where political moves often seem detached from the needs of the American people. I would say, though, the need is peace. Welcome to hashtag Go Right with Peter Boykin. In a world where political narratives can be as twisted as a pretzel, we are here to straighten things out, offering insights grounded in constitutional liberty and conservative constitutional values. Today, we delve into pressing issues reshaping our nation, from the tragic case of Laken Riley to the integrity of our law enforcement and the political landscape post-election. Let's dive in. We'll be right back. Remember, we fight for what's right because it's time to go right.
Time to go right. Time to go right. Time to go right.
Welcome back to Hashtag Go Right. This is Peter Boykin. So in a courtroom in Athens, Clark County, justice was served for Laken Riley, a promising nursing student whose life was brutally cut short by a Venezuelan illegal alien, Jose Ibarra. The evidence was overwhelming. Ibarra's DNA under Riley's fingernails, scratches on his body, all pointed to a fierce struggle that lasted 18 minutes. Prosecutor Sheila Ross pointedly stated, quote, "She marked him for everyone to see." Ibarra was convicted on all 10 charges, including malice, murder, and aggravated assault with intent to rape, receiving life without parole. However, DA Deborah Gonzalez's decision to forego the death penalty, citing, quote, "collateral consequences to undocumented defendants," has stirred controversy. This case has become a flashpoint in the ongoing debate about immigration enforcement, spotlighting the need for stronger border policies. Now, my little quick opinion is that I always get mixed on the feeling of death penalty versus life imprisonment. Death penalty is quick. If there's an afterlife, they'll go to hell, hopefully. And the demons will tear their soul asunder. But on the other edge, keeping somebody jailed up and imprisoned for life is a much longer punishment. And I would say maybe torture. But again, this person is an illegal. They have no rights under our Constitution. And so I kind of believe with Donald Trump that when this happens, and we absolutely know they're involved in a death, it's the death penalty. We should not have to pay taxpayer dollars to keep this person for life in some prison where they're going to cause more problems. So Donald Trump, commenting on the verdict, tweeted, "Justice for Laken Riley. We love you, Laken, and our hearts will always be with you. It is time to secure our border and remove these criminals and thugs from our country, so nothing like this can happen again." His words echo the sentiment of many who see this tragedy as a call for action on illegal immigration.
Well, I could stand here and try to tell the world the things that made her such a wonderful person, as well as the many things we have all been robbed and deprived of. I think one of her last journal entries dated 12/17/23 says it best. So here we go. To my future husband. As silly as I feel writing this, my old small group leader once recommended it, so here I am. To my future husband, I want you to know that I'm thinking about you. I'm working every day to become the best wife I can be. By working through my current relationships to best prepare me for ours and our kids one day. I'm focusing on God and what He defines as a faithful Christian life, and so that I can best embody those characteristics. I pray that you know that it is with my full faith and trust in God that I know this relationship has been handcrafted by Him. I pray that we continue to glorify the Lord, prioritize Him in every aspect of our lives, and raise our family, our future family, to be God-fearing Christians as well. I pray God is the center of our relationship as it is a gift from Him. I thank Him for you before I even know you. and can't wait to love you in the best way I know how for the rest of our lives. I pray you know and feel the importance of my love and hopes for our relationship. No matter what challenges we face, I pray that our trust in God and love for one another overrules the obstacle. May our relationship last forever. Your future wife, Laken. That, Your Honor, was our beautiful Laken. That, Your Honor, is just a glimpse of what was tragically and brutally taken from her and us that day. The best daughter, sister, granddaughter, friend, and overall person that you could ever hope to meet. While it's true that none of our lives will ever be the same, we refuse to let this person rob Laken of the hope she gave to her family, loved ones, friends, and the world as a whole. We will proudly carry this hope on in her name in the days ahead and for the rest of our lives, because together we can all keep hope alive. So today, I plead with this court to protect the world from this truly evil person by sentencing him to prison for life without the possibility of parole for any reason, so that he can never have the opportunity to do this to anyone else ever again. Thank you, Your Honor.
Next round.
It looks like the Capitol police officer who shot Ashley Babbitt during January 6th had a long disciplinary record. The narrative around January 6th continues to evolve, particularly with revelations about Capitol Police Captain Michael Leroy Byrd. A congressional investigation highlighted Byrd's extensive disciplinary record, including failing firearm qualification tests, losing his service weapon, and past incidents where his judgment was called into question, such as firing at a fleeing stolen car and inappropriate behavior towards fellow officers. The spotlight on Byrd's record raises questions about the decision-making processes within law enforcement, especially when contrasted with his promotion after the events of January 6. Congressman Barry Loudermilk expressed these concerns, questioning the autonomy and decision-making within the Capitol Police. This case underscores the need for accountability and transparency in our law enforcement agencies, particularly when actions result in the loss of life. Now, it's been a while since I did a podcast about it, but Rosanne Boyland also died in the trampling to death and suffocation in the tunnel at the Capitol, where the police force probably used more police force than they should have. Tear gas, batons, shields, keeping people from being able to leave while they got trampled and beat. Rosanne Boyland was beat to death. She died, and they said, oh, it's because of her medicine. She suffocated. I have a friend who was holding her hand when she passed away, and he was grabbed out of the crowd by a patriot, a real patriot, there to help, who had to be in full riot gear to not beat up the cops, but to keep the people off, keep the cops off the people. And he's in jail right now. And he has no remorse for what his actions, because he saved lives. He is a patriot, and should not be just a political prisoner. And we're hoping that Donald Trump, when he comes in, will finally give a rest to this January 6th. Because when we try to defend our rights to due process and a election that's not faked or phonied or skewed or changed or stolen, and people go to jail over that, and people are called terrorists, and people lose their lives, and people lose their livelihood, and then a president, Mr. Biden, calls half the people in America trash, garbage, terrorists, while a blind eye of the true terrorists out there, like the ones that killed Laken Riley. I'm so glad that Donald Trump is back.
Because the people that participated in it, by and large, were for the democratic process of just ensuring the election was right. And the people who basically prevented us from doing so are, in my opinion, the ones that are wanting to impede the democratic process.
I think a lot of people are going to hear your interview and what you have to say and wonder if there's any sense of accountability from anyone involved that day.
I hope so. I hope there's accountability from the media for falsely portraying things.
Anthony says he's applied for refugee status in another country, but would not tell me which. While staying secret on his location, Vo has suggested he's back in the U.S. right now. In his estimation, it's only a matter of time until Donald Trump grants him and all other January 6 defendants their freedom. Then, he's looking towards a future in politics.
Normally, I'll wait a little while before I release news, but I did catch this in time for the podcast. And it seems like Matt Gaetz has dropped out of the AG race. Moving to the political arena, Matt Gaetz, whatever his name is, once considered for Attorney General, has stepped back. His career, marked both by controversy and staunch defense of conservative principles, took another turn when The View was compelled to issue a legal certification regarding accusations against him, highlighting the volatile intersection of media and politics. Watch as the hags on The View were forced to issue a legal note for their slander against Matt Gaetz. Here's the video. And then afterwards, we'll be right back with our hashtag #GoRightViral Video Roundup. We'll be right back.
How could you nominate someone with allegations of child trafficking across state lines and having sex with a 17-year-old? My understanding further on in the interview, they discussed the fact that once he finds out that she's 17, he stops having sex with her.
Sonny, you have a legal note.
I do have a legal note. Thank you, Whoopi. Matt Gaetz has long denied all allegations, calling the claims, quote, invented, and saying in a statement to ABC News that this false smear following a 3-year criminal investigation should be viewed with great skepticism, that DOJ investigation was closed with no charges being brought.
We'll be right back.
We the people, rise up, for the flag we stand tall. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Step by step, we take it all, take it all, take it all. Voices rise, freedom calls, we march, we call. No fear, no chains, we rise, we rise, we rise. Fire burns in our soul, in
declare, through the storm, through the fight, no surrender, we defend what is right. Together strong, no despair, we ignite. Patriots stand, guided by liberty's light. Let the drums carry on, carry on. Guitars roar through the dawn, through the dawn. Rhythms pulse, marching on, marching on. Voices loud, our anthem, song, song, song. Oh, unstoppable, unbreakable, we rise, we rise. Unshakable, unyielding, see the skies, higher, brighter, liberty's light will shine. Unstoppable, unbreakable, this land is ours. Divine, for the people, for the land, for the call. Oh yeah, freedom rings, together we rise for all. We stand tall.
Welcome back to our hashtag GoRight viral video roundup. For the last couple of podcasts, I have been adding some viral videos out there into the podcast and hoping that you're enjoying them. Let's start with Scott Pressler, a friend of mine who's made it big in the scene by doing what a lot of people, I wish we could just clone Scott Pressler. We really need him. And he is one of the biggest members of Gays for Trump. He might not go around talking about it all day because he has a specific message as an American. Now, Scott Pressler confronted Bucks County Commissioner in a heated exchange. Scott Pressler directly challenged the Bucks County Commissioner over election integrity issues, showcasing grassroots activism in action. Watch how Scott Pressler calls out the Bucks County, Pennsylvania Commissioner right to his face. I'm loving it. Watch this.
Good morning. Bucks County has been in the news a lot this year. Earlier, we flipped Bucks County from blue to red, and for the first time in modern history, there are more registered Republicans than Democrats here in this county. Number two, voters were disenfranchised in this county. And in fact, I want to thank Chairman Michael Whatley of the RNC and co-chair Laura Trump for suing to make sure that we had 3 additional days of early in-person voting, because voters waiting in line to do in-person, on-demand, mail-in voting were told that they couldn't vote until 5 o'clock, that the line was cut off. So thank you to the Republican Party for suing Bucks County and fighting for election integrity. And now, here before us, it's on the world stage that we have a commissioner, quote, by Diane Marsiglia, "Precedent by a court doesn't matter anymore in this country. People violate laws any time they want. And if I," meaning Diane Marsiglia, "violate this law, it's because I want a court to pay attention to it." Well, Commissioner, the court already ruled that undated and misdated mail-in ballots could not be counted. You knew that going into the meeting. And I want to congratulate the people of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. This speech I'm doing right now is going to be seen by millions across the country, the Commonwealth, and the world. And I have a message. Congratulations to President-elect Donald J. Trump, the 45th and 47th President of the United States of America. Congratulations to Senator-elect Dave McCormick, and we are not going to allow Democrats to steal this seat from us. Furthermore, Congratulations, because we defeated Matt Cartwright, giving President Trump an additional seat in Congress. Congratulations to Congressman-elect Rob Bresnahan. Congratulations to Congressman-elect Ryan McKenzie, defeating Democrats Susan Wild in Allentown and Lehigh. And I have a message. Peacefully, we are coming for your seat in 2027. If you don't resign today,
Have at it.
I am coming for your seat peacefully. And Harvey, Commissioner Harvey, this goes for you too. You are complicit. Mark Elias and his cronies must be disbarred from practicing law in Pennsylvania, any of his cronies, for the misconduct that they did. I want you to know that I am going to spend all of my time in Bucks County for the next 3 years making sure that we take back this county. Thank you to every single patriot that showed up today. We did it!
Next up, watch is Alexis de Tocqueville's. Again, I'm probably not pronouncing it right, but I'm not getting paid to pronounce things right. So we'll just say Alexis de Tocqueville's prediction. A video discussing de Tocqueville's foresight on the nature of tyranny in America has gone viral, resonating with those concerned about overreaches in governments. Did this person accurately predict what American tyranny would look like? Watch this.
Did you know that already back in 1840, French philosopher Alexis de Tocqueville very accurately predicted and described in his book Democracy in America what type of tyranny a modern population like the American one had to be fearful of? Because as Tocqueville predicted, tyranny in a modern democratic society like America would look very different from the types of tyranny that European nations had faced up until then in aristocratic societies, for example. Let me quote, "It covers the service of society with a network of small, complicated rules, through which the most original minds and the most energetic characters cannot penetrate to rise above the crowd. The will of man is not shattered, but softened, bent, and guided. Men are seldom forced by it to act, but they are constantly restrained from acting. Such a power does not destroy, but it prevents existence. It does not tyrannize, but it compresses, enervates, extinguishes, and stupefies a people, till each nation is reduced to nothing better than a flock of timid and industrious animals, of which the government is the shepherd." Well, if that is not an accurate description of what actually ended up happening, not just to America, but to all modern democratic societies who have turned into absolute bureaucratic nightmares, then I don't know what is. Tocqueville was absolutely right, and that's why I'm so excited and happy to congratulate Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk on their appointments of the leader of the DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, because for the first time in American history, now actively there will be a government organization working against this type of tyranny that Tocqueville warned about.
And last viral video of this segment is Joe Rogan on RFK Jr. and New York Times. Joe Rogan's critique of the New York Times fact-checking on Robert F. Kennedy Jr. touches on broader themes of media bias and the quest for truth. Watch as Joe Rogan unloads on the New York Times BS, quote, fact-check against RFK Jr. And watch this, and then we'll be back with our hashtag #GoRight recap. We'll be right back.
The New York Times just debunked, in the most insane way, debunked RFK Jr.'s assertion that the ingredients in Fruit Loops are different in Canada than they are in the United States. They fact-checked it while saying he was accurate. So their fact check, it's so dumb when you see I tweeted it. I know. The fact check is so dumb because the fact check says it's not correct. They have the same ingredients except for these harmful chemicals. What the fuck? Look at this. Mr. Kennedy has singled out Fruit Loops as an example of a product with too many artificial ingredients, questioning why the Canadian version has fewer than the U.S. version. But he was wrong. The ingredient list is roughly the same, although Canada's has natural colorings made from blueberries and carrots, while the U.S. product contains red dye 40, yellow 5, and blue 1, as well as butylated hydroxytoluene, or BHT, a lab-made chemical that is used for freshness, according to the ingredient label. That is the fucking dangerous chemicals that are banned in Canada that we're trying to get rid of in America, and that RFK. So they're literally saying he was wrong, but he was right.
Yeah, that made my brain hurt just reading that.
That's
it was just
the
like
New York fucking Times.
Well, PewDiePie hadn't dressed like a Nazi for a while, so I didn't have anything to talk about, right?
I don't know what that's about.
Oh, sorry.
But this is what the New York Times is doing. So, of course, you're going to hemorrhage subscribers. Of course. You're crazy. You're saying something that's nuts. And also, what is your motivation? Like, what's your motivation for removing potentially harmful and toxic chemicals? If someone is trying to do that for the greater health of the population, if we're saying that these things have been eliminated in other countries because they've been proven to be dangerous, what is your motivation for saying he was wrong?
Money.
Well,
I mean, what else could it be?
Clearly.
Monsanto,
ideology, left-wing rejection of RFK Jr. because now he's connected to Trump, which is connected to Nazis. It's like you go down this fucking weird rabbit hole with these people, and you're like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to remove all leftover credibility? Are you trying to eliminate because you lost so much credibility? Are you trying to kill it all? Are you secretly working for the Chinese? Like, what are you doing?
They're all in.
What are you doing?
It's probably back.
Welcome back, folks. This is the hashtag Go Right recap. We've talked about a lot today. And if you hadn't already, follow this page. Go to gorightnews.com, subscribe, share, tell everybody else, scream it from the mountains. Let people know about us and this podcast. I try to do one daily, Monday through Friday. Occasionally I'll take a break, but as long as there's good news to be out there, I'm doing my best to get you some news and make it entertaining. So we've journeyed through some of the most poignant narratives shaping our constitutional republic, from a tragic loss that fuels the immigration debate to questions of law enforcement integrity, political maneuvering, and the power of virtual media in influencing public discourse. Each story reflects the complexities of navigating liberty and justice in the modern America. Now, for more insights into these stories and how they interact with our constitutional rights and freedoms, visit gorightnews.com. Stay engaged with hashtag GoRight with Peter Boykin across platforms like Rumble, Spotify, Apple, and more. And if you believe in supporting the cause for liberty, consider donating at Cash App at the $ Peter Boykin $1. Links are on gorightnews.com and peterboykin.com. Remember, in this Republican, for me, a Republican, but remember, in this republic, your voice matters. Let's keep moving forward, together, making America right again. God bless everybody. Peace.
It's time to go right. Let the truth ignite. We're bringing right news into the light. With Peter Boykin at the helm, we're taking a stand. Constitutionalist for America, we protect this land. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With Time to go right. Let the truth ignite. We're bringing the right news into the light. With Peter Boykin at the helm, we're taking a stand. Constitutionalist for America, we protect this land. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right. It's the podcast for you. Place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right. It's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place where opinions align. With liberty's flame, our voices combine. Citizen journalism, honest and true. Let's go right, it's the podcast for you. Welcome to the place.
In the city lights, chasing dreams in the night. Voices try to bring me down, but I won't fade, I stand my ground. Pressure's heavy on my chest, got a fire, won't let it rest. Society can take a backseat, this rebel heart will never be. A rebel heart, a fire, a soul. I won't be bought, I won't be sold. Staying tall and strong in my way. This rebel heart is here to stay. Fighting shadows, battling fears, drowning out a million jeers. In the mirror I find my guide, in my own truth I reside. A rebel heart, a fire, a soul. I won't be bought, I won't be sold. Stand tall and strong in my way. This rebel heart is here to stay. Rise above, break the chain. Feel the rush, break the pain. Courage stronger than the night. Rebel heart in distant light. A rebel heart, a fire, a soul. I won't be bought, I won't be sold. Stand tall and strong in my way. This rebel heart is here to stay. A rebel heart, a fire, a soul. I won't be bought, I won't be sold. Stand tall and strong in my way. This rebel heart is here to stay. Rise above, break the chain. Feel the rush, break the pain. Courage stronger than the night. Rebel heart in distant light. Rise above, break the chain. Feel the rush, break the pain. Courage stronger than the night. Rebel heart and distant light. A rebel